Okay, Rookins, let's check number 50. It's a whale, everyone. See, it's a whale. It's about Jonah and the whale. And this is our light of the world. And okay. Mom's in.
All right.
Hi.
Oh, do you hear your brother in the background?
Yes.
He's trying to eat his dinner and he wants some milk. Uh-oh. We have low battery, so hopefully, oh no. Hopefully it doesn't die on us.
Ready, guys?
So we're going to read it fast because Mommy's phone is going to die, okay?
Okay.
Day number
15.
Can I do this one and you do this one?
Yes.
Okay. From a fishing boat to a fish's belly.
What is the fish?
We'll find out.
Is it the whale? I think it is.
Let's find out.
Buh.
No, you're right, belly, but now do this one.
I got it. The story of Joseph.
Oh, not Joseph.
Joshua.
Not Joshua either. You told us a little bit ago. Jonah.
Jonah and
from Jonah 1 to 3. All right, here we go. I like this one.
the story of
Jonah.
Jonah. Again?
Yeah, the whole story is going to be about him. Jonah was another one of God's prophets, and on most days, he loved his job. He would ask God what he wanted to say to his people, and then he'd march around giving them the good news. But one day, God told Jonah to go on a journey longer than he had ever been on before. God said, "Tell the people in Nineveh that I'd like to visit them. Tell them that I want to make the wrong things right and the dark things light." Jonah was confused. He had grown up thinking that the people of Nineveh were bad people.
Bad people? What's bad people?
The people of Nineveh. Can you say Nineveh?
Nineveh.
Nineveh. And he grew up thinking they were bad people, and they kind of were bad people. And so certainly God wouldn't want to be with them. So Jonah decided to go on his own way. He said, "I don't want to spread good news to them. I don't want God to forgive them." He looked at a map and saw that Nineveh was way off to the right. So Jonah decided, if Nineveh is right, I'll go left. That way,
Left.
And he went like all the way left, as far
Go
as
all the way left, everyone.
he went as far left as he could go to get away from what God wanted him to do. That way, I don't have to tell all those bad people that God is coming. So Jonah went way left, and soon he came to a big ocean. He hopped on the first boat that he could find and made sure it was going even lefter, as far left as he could go. Man.
Good job, guys. You're listening.
Good job listening. As the little boat pushed away from the shore, Jonah fell asleep, very happy with himself. He thought he had outsmarted God. Do you think you could escape God?
No.
Do you think God doesn't know what Jonah's doing?
Yeah.
Do you think God doesn't know, or do you think he sees exactly what he's doing?
He sees what
He sees what he's doing.
What
and
is
God,
he doing, Mommy?
He's trying to get away from God. My goodness, that's silly. And God was not happy with Jonah. So God followed him. You see, God was with Jonah. Even when Jonah didn't listen to God, even when Jonah went the wrong way, even when Jonah hated the people God loved, God was with him. Because God was with Jonah, oh, careful, cover. Because God was with Jonah, he couldn't let Jonah keep running away. So he sent a big storm to stop the boat. The waves were higher than the mountains. The wind was so loud that it hurt Jonah's ears. And little Jonah in his little boat woke up with one thought. Uh-oh. God is still here. He knows where I am. I made a huge mistake, Jonah told the sailors. This storm is my fault. The only way to stop it is to throw me in the ocean. Does that sound like a good idea?
No.
Oh, that sounds scary for Jonah.
The story of
Jonah.
Jonah again.
Yeah, well, that's the story. It's about him. The sailors weren't so sure about throwing him in the water, but the waves kept getting bigger and bigger, and the wind kept getting...
And bigger and bigger and bigger, all the way to the sky.
Yeah, and the wind kept getting louder and louder. So
It's gonna be this loud.
yes, you're probably right.
It's gonna go to all the way to the sun.
Oh my goodness, that is very loud. So they finally agreed, and they threw Jonah overboard into the ocean.
Why?
Because Jonah said, this is my fault. Throw me in, and God will stop the storm. And to everyone's surprise, do you think it worked?
Yes.
It worked. The waves stopped. The wind went silent. And that was good news for the sailors. Jonah, on the other hand, thought he was going to die. But God was still with Jonah. And God sent a giant fish after Jonah. The fish swallowed Jonah without chewing him, of course.
It was a whale.
Okay, a whale. And suddenly, Jonah could take a breath. He looked around this warm, dark, stinky place and realized he was safe. Even if he was in a fish's belly, which we
It's
can...
not a fish. It's
a whale's belly. Even if he was in a whale's belly, which we can all agree is a pretty icky place to be. When the fish spat Jonah out 3 days later, Jonah splatted on land. Oh, Caleb, it says fish.
Fine.
When the whale spat Jonah out 3 days later, Jonah splatted on land with a different attitude. I'll go to Nineveh, he said, and tell everyone that God wants to be with them. You see, Jonah had done a lot of thinking in that dark, soggy whale belly, and he was learning that God wasn't coming to just be with Abraham's children and his children's 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 children.
Children.
Yeah, he wasn't coming to just be with them. God was planning to come to all sorts of people, whether they looked like Jonah or not, whether Jonah thought they were good people or not. God came for everybody. So when Jonah went to Nineveh, he preached a message I think you know. Like me, you need God.
I'll spell this one
Okay.
and this one.
You do the ends because these parts are hard. Like me, you need God, but he seems...
I'll do the hope and pray, okay?
Okay, but he seems far away.
And I'll do that one too.
Okay, let's start over. Like me, you need God, but he seems...
Far away.
And the people of Nineveh began to...
Hope and pray. God, will you come back to stay more tomorrow?